Well, hi Libras, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them just a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of your reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So Libras, let's find out what you can expect to come up in your life. Well, Libras, the overall energy of your reading is the Eight of Pentacles. This is like focusing on your own security, stability, groundedness. Sometimes it could be working on a relationship, but it's all about being grounded, and it's like making everything more secure for yourself. So this is the overall energy of your reading. We'll find out why up here in your highest energy is a Two of Pentacles. So it's like the Two of Pentacles is confusion. It's like a roller coaster ride. So it's like one day you're like thinking positive about the Pentacles, about security, stability, and groundedness, which surrounds the entire reading. And the next day it's like you have your doubts. So you're doing this roller coaster ride in your head about how secure is this offer, or how secure is this relationship. Let's read on. Next to the Two of Pentacles is the Knight of Cups. This is the offer, okay? This is a sincere love offer. Sometimes it can be presented as if it's sincere and it really isn't, but I need to keep reading. So far it is a sincere love offer coming in your way, all right? But it looks to me like you have your doubts about it because you're not really reaching for that cup. You are thinking about it or ignoring it. You know there's more cups out there. Cups are love in the tarot deck. So I see you like you're either not ready, you don't want to accept this cup for whatever reasons, or you're just unsure. Let's keep reading. Under the Two of Pentacles is the Page of Cups. So this is what you think it might be. This is what you're wondering. Is there a fish in that cup? Because if there is a fish in that cup, then it's tainted. Okay? There's not enough room to hold love. So the Page of Cups here, also it can be a very young type energy, kind of immature. But this fish signifies that there might be Pisces in your chart or someone else's chart around this reading, maybe. But it's the energies that are most important when you read the tarots. So there's confusion over this cup of love because you think it might not be the cup that's being presented. Like, you know, you don't trust it. Okay? Your trust is kind of low on this offer. So here you are. I think you've been working on yourself, on your own security, stability. You might be working on anything that has to do with you. And this offer comes in and you're like, yeah, you're just like very hesitant about accepting that offer. I have the Emperor next to the the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. And so the Emperor is the card for Aries. Aries might be strong in your chart, might be strong in their chart, or around this reading. But this is an energy of like holding true to yourself. This Emperor is sitting on a granite throne, very stable. See, I think you've gotten yourself to a place where you've taken control over your life. You're very well liked and respected by others, and you might even be a leader in your trade or your profession, having this card here. But I feel like this is something you don't want to give up, and that's your independence. That is, and you're strong-willed. You're a strong-willed person. And I think maybe that's why you're taking this offer very seriously, and you're not jumping on it. But you are confused. You're really confused on which way to go with this right now. I have the Page of Cups here, and under the Page of Cups is the Ace of Wands. This is what they're asking for, a fresh start and a new beginning. You might already know this person. Maybe, maybe not. But they want to move forward. This wand is blossoming here. So, The Ace of Wands is under the Page of Cups. The Ace of Wands is a stronger energy card than this Page of Cups. So I'm leaning towards this might be a sincere offer that you're confused about. I have the Three of Swords next to the Ace of Wands and under the Eight of Pentacles. Now, you really might have known this person before. This can signify a third party. I'm not saying it was, or a third energy. There's tears, though, and heartbreak here. And I think this is part of what you're trying not to get into, is to have a broken heart. I feel like maybe your heart was already broken, and that's why you're focusing on your own security and stability. You found your place, you're doing well when they come along, and they want this fresh start and new beginning. And so you're remembering how it feels to have a broken heart, and I think that's another reason you're hesitating to accept this offer. I have the Five of Swords under the Emperor, next to the Three of Swords. So you're picking up your swords of truth and clarity, and you're looking back at the past, okay? And it's like maybe you've already watched them walk away, or you've walked away because of some truth or clarity. And, you know, you're right next to the Three of Swords here, right under the Emperor. This is probably what this truth and clarity maybe broke your heart. And this truth and clarity is probably what led you to be independent and led you to be pretty stable in who you are and pretty grounded in who you are and very careful to accept this cup coming in. It feels like you already know this person, but it could be a variety. It could be both for some of you one way and some of you the other way. But there's definitely an offer you don't really trust, that you're up in your head about, you're up and down about whether or not this is really can work out. Let's find out what else you need to know. Ooh. There's your card, Libra, the Justice card. So up here on your highest energy line is the Magician. This tells me you have all the tools to make it work if you want to, okay? It's them that you're worried about, not so much you. There's the infinity symbol, the symbol of intuition and knowing. So your intuition, follow it. You do know that you have the tools. You have a cup of love. You have a pentacle for security and stability, a wand of fresh starts and new beginnings and passion, and a sword of truth and clarity. Also, the magician can manifest. So maybe you've manifested this person back in, and you don't really realize you've done that. I have the Seven of Pentacles next to the Magician. Now this is waiting and waiting and waiting for something to come to fruition. Remember the Pentacles? You got the 8 over here. Now we got the 7. So I feel like you waited a long time for a relationship or something to come in that was solid and good and true and can flourish. So you waited a long time, and now here it is. And what are you going to do with it? I have the King of Wands right next to the Seven of Pentacles. This is fire, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. That gives us 2 for Aries so far. So here you are. This is your energy holding on to that wand. Call it a staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. And with one hand and the other hand is on your hip. So you want to move forward. You're ready to move forward. But it's like you're remembering all the waiting. You're remembering something here. It took so long, and I think that's why you're hesitating. I have the 8 of Swords under the Magician and next to the Emperor. This is like being surrounded with truth and clarity and not being able to see it. Not knowing that it's there and it's all around you. Well, this is an illusion. You can free yourself. You can find your way out to see the truth and clarity of the matter. And I think you have all the tools to do it. You've actually sought advice from the universe. I have the Hermit here. This is the card for Virgo. So Virgo might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But the Hermit is like reaching out to the universe and seeking your path forward. So I look around the Hermit and what I see is waiting for, I think you've known this person before, and they just weren't offering this security and stability here. And I think that's part of the reason you're pulling back or not jumping on this offer. Also, it's pointing out that there's a lot of truth and clarity that needs to come to the surface before you can accept this offer. And also, it's right next to the Lovers. This is the card for Gemini. Somebody might have Gemini in their chart. You, them, someone else. But more importantly, the Lovers is a divine soulmate connection. There's your guardian angels and spirit guides. And it's as if they're trying to maybe bring you together or get something resolved through this offer. But there's a reason for this. And you've actually manifested this person, I think, back into your life because the Magician is pointing right at the Hermit. And you're trying to seek your path forward, and it looks like it might be with this offer that's coming in, because I think it's coming in from a divine soulmate. I think there's unfinished business here. This is what it feels like. And I think you're going to get to the bottom of it. And I think you're going to free yourself so you can see all the truth and clarity. Under the 8 of Swords is the 10 of Cups. This is love. 10 cups of love. Sunshine, rainbows, union. There's children here. This is a family situation with lots of love. Now, in order to have this 10 of Cups, you've got to free yourself. You've got to see all the truth and clarity. They really are offering love. They, I think, feel like they can do it this time the right way. If you've known them before, if you haven't known them before, they feel like that they can actually make this relationship work. So they're sincere, even though you have your doubts. I have the Justice card next to the 10 of Cups and under the Hermit card. Okay, so looking around the Hermit, this is your card. So this is the card for Libra. Your sword is up. You're in self-protection mode. You've got your life balanced. You're so balanced here. And then in they come and they throw you off balance. Your mental, you're just up and down like a roller coaster about what to do with this offer. You're trying to keep your scales balanced as best as you can. And you know this, this does involve love. You have your doubts, but it looks to me as if it really does. Next to the Justice card is the Strength card, the card for Leo. So Leo might be strong in somebody's chart or around this reading. There's that infinity symbol again. This is a card of knowing what to do and finding the courage and the strength to do it. And that is right between your card and the Lovers, that divine soulmate card. So you will figure this out, okay? I think part of the key here is getting the truth and clarity that you need in order to either move forward with them to make up your mind. But I feel like they're very sincere in their offer. I'm going to take out, so this strength and courage is going to come into play here with this relationship. And it is about moving forward. So let me take out one more card, the King of Cups. This is water. That'd be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. It gives us 2 for Pisces. So somebody could have a water sign in their chart someplace. But male or female, they're all male or female. The King of Cups, it's about having a huge cup of love and holding it tight, holding it close. It goes right here. So, excuse me, my famous cough during the reading. The King of Cups, you have a giant cup of love. But if you accept this cup, you know you're going to have to hand out your cup. And that happens here with the 10 of Cups. Also, you've manifested this opportunity. Okay, you've done it yourself. So what you're going to have to do is decide through truth and clarity here if you want to move down this path with this person who's coming in with this offer. And it looks very sincere when I look at it. I just want you to know. So this is your reading, Libra, and thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.